Okay, so um this is our data set, and like usual you are going to find the CSV file to this data set in the description and also probably in the comment section. So let's begin by expanding each column. Okay, so this is our columns. Let's just freeze this top row and also make it bold. Okay, so this is our columns, and transaction ID is our unique ID. We have the customer ID, customer name, customer age, gender, product ID. I don't think we are going to be using this column. Product name, product category, quantity. We are going to change this to correct. We are going to correct the spelling. Price, payment mode, purchase date, time of purchase, and status. So let's start with always remove the duplicates. I know this is an SQL project, but this first step in data cleaning is just easier in Excel than in SQL. So I decided to do it in Excel instead of SQL, so as long as we get our results. So you click everything, go to data, then remove duplicates, click OK. So 4 duplicates values were found and removed. That is step 1. Then step 2, you filter. We want to look for blanks, especially for this transaction ID because it is unique. So you click on this down arrow, uncheck select all, then scroll down, check blanks, click OK. Okay, so this is our blank row, and it's just one. We are glad it's just one. So you right click and then you delete row. So okay, come back here, then we will now look for blanks in customer ID. For blanks in transaction ID we deleted it, but for blanks in customer ID we are going to do a manual, we are going to correct it manually. So you do the same thing and check, then go down and look for blanks. Okay, so the blanks we have here, we have the blank for the customer name Ehsan Ram and Damini Raju. I know these are Indian names, so pardon the way I pronounce them. I'm Nigerian and I have an accent. So okay, these are the transaction ID which is unique. This is the customer name. So what we are going to do is that we are going to fill this customer ID manually. So first of all, we have Ehsan. We are going to start with Ehsan Ram. So what we are going to do is that we are going to go back. We'll go back, find and replace. We are going to find and okay, just find for the meantime. So we are going to be finding Ehsan, right? EHSAAN, Ehsan Ram. So we are going to find Ehsan. So and this is Ehsan's customer ID. So Ehsan's customer ID is 9494. Let's find the next one. Okay, this one is empty. Let's find the next one. Okay, another 9494. Let's know if we're going to find another one. Another 9494. So it's we've known that Esan's customer ID is 9494. So we're going to write it down somewhere. We write it down somewhere. Now the next person that we are going to be looking for, we're going to write down 9494. Write it down somewhere. Then the next person we are going to be searching for his or her customer ID is Damini. Damini sounds like a Yoruba name in Nigeria. Damini Raju. Okay, so we find, so for Damini, his customer, okay, is a she. See, her customer ID is 1401. So we are going to find next. Okay, this one is empty. I think that is one that is missing. Find next. 1401 again. Find next. 1401 again. Find next. Okay, 1401. Empty. 1401. 1401. Okay, so we are going to write it down that Damini Raju's customer ID is 1401. So now what we are going to do is we are going to go back to our filter. Go back to our filter, come to customer ID, uncheck select all, go down here, click on blanks. Okay, so we are going to come to Esan. We have already established that Esan's customer ID is CUST9494. So we are going to put it down, CUST9494. And for Damini's customer ID has the CUST1401. Okay, so that is it. Now let's go back and look for blanks in customer name. So you click here, go to data filter, then click on the arrow, uncheck select all, then click on blanks. Okay. Okay, no customer name is empty. Okay, let's do this. Let's try for customer ID to know if there is a was it customer ID that we just did? Okay, just stay with me a little. Okay, no customer ID is empty. Okay, no customer name is empty too, because there's no blank. Okay, there's a blank. There's no blank. Okay, then let's look for age. No age. Okay, I think we are done. Are we? I guess so. Just okay. So that is the first step. Then the next thing we are going to be doing is to make the M to be male and F to be female. So we are still going to use find and replace. This one is going to kind of be a longer process, because I guess it's because I'm using an older version of Excel. So you find M. Should we start with M of F? And remember, you have to click the column before you start. So let's just start with F. You find F and then replace it with female. Replace all. Okay. Then we are coming back. Okay. Well, first of all, let's also correct this. This is the mistake or whatever is happening to my Excel. Control C. Then you find it. Go to find what, Control V, then replace it with female. Okay, then let's go to male, do the same for M, then replace it with male. It's going to misbehave again, but we are still going to correct it. Okay, so now what we are now going to do is you come here, copy Malayal, Control C, copy Malayal, go here, Control V, then replace all Malayal with male. Then you come to, okay, you come to this female with a capital letter, come here, Control C, please don't tell, oh fuck, you have to go back, cancel this. Magazine is now Melia Magazine. So you go back, as you, okay, tough, yeah, okay. So you click here, click the column, click on find and replace replace with male. Okay, replace all. Okay, then you come here again, you replace whatever this thing is, female. Control C, you replace female with female. Control V, replace it with female, replace all. Then what else? Okay, then you also replace Malele. Control C, you replace Malele. Control V with male. Okay, I think we are good to go. I think that's good now. Okay, that is good now. Male, female, no Malele and femalele. Okay, then come the next. Okay, the next thing we are going to be checking is this CC. CC stands for credit card. So we are going to be finding and replacing CC with credit card. So find capital CC with credit card. Okay, I don't think there's any other thing we are going to be doing. Okay, no other column. So now remove the filter. So we want to correct the spelling of quantity, and also want to correct the spelling of price. Okay, then think, yeah, so Control S. Yes, I'm trying to look to see if there's anything we're supposed to be doing before we now import it to SQL. I'm using my SQL, so let's open my SQL. So you come to this schema. I've already created a my data projects database. If you don't know how to create a database, I think you should. How do you create a database? You okay, yeah, you right click on this. Let's see. Okay, if you right click on SYS, you come to create schema. Then you create a schema. Let's call it new schema like it says. Then click on below here, you click apply, then click apply again. So yeah, your schema has been created, but we don't really need this. I'm just going to be using one schema for all my YouTube tutorials. So this is the schema I'm using. Yeah, you click on this. You don't need to click on it, you just right click on it, then table data import wizard, you browse, click on browse, then my CSV file is sales.csv, you open, then click next, click next, click next, click next, and the data will start importing. So when you're done, you refresh, then click on the down arrow, so the table has been imported. But before that, you click on this SQL that has a plus sign. Yeah, that's how we get this one. But this one is where we are going to write in our queries. But on this one, this sales, you come here, this table with the lightning bolt, you click on it, then we get my data projects, the sales table. So this is our condensed table on my SQL. Okay, so now whenever you are using MySQL, you have to tell it the schema or database to use. So I always tell it to use my data projects. You can name the name of your schema. That's what you're going to tell it to use. So the name of my schema is my data project. So anytime I open my SQL, I always write this if I start writing any query. So then you select all from sales. Okay, then let's continue our data exploration and cleaning in my SQL. So this one I'm about to do now, not that I can't do it in Excel, but I don't know, maybe it's because of my Excel version. I think it's 2013 Excel that I'm still using. Yeah, so but what we want to do now is that we want to change the date format. So if you come to our, just click on sales, If you come to our column, the formats of our columns, transaction ID says it is text, customer ID text, customer name text, customer age integer. Yeah, it is. Gender text, product ID text, product name text, product category text, quantity integer, yes, price integer, yes, payment mode text. Then purchase date is saying text, which shouldn't be. It should be a date format. And time of purchase is saying text too, which should also be, let's say, a time format. So first of all, we want to change the format of the date and time, starting with purchase date. So the first thing we are going to do, let's just name what we are doing, change to date format. Okay, so first of all, I always say first of all, don't mind me. And before you start changing anything in MySQL, make sure that your save update mode is set to 0. So you have to do set SQL underscore save underscore updates equals 0. So if you want to like change any format without writing this in MySQL, it's going to pull up an error telling you that your save update mode is not set to 0. So if you have to do it, so you click, you execute this SQL. Okay, so you can see it has shown that it has been executed, it's so successful. So now let's now start changing our date format. So first of all, the update sales, then you set purchase date. So whenever I want to fetch a column, instead of typing it all out, all we have to do is just come to the column and double click on it. So set purchase date equal to string to date, then inside should be purchase date to comma, then the format is the format of the purchase date is percentage small letter d slash percentage small letter m slash percentage capital letter y. So we put this in apostrophe. Okay, yeah, okay, let us run it. Okay, so it was a successful line. Now let's alter the table. So what we did here is that if you look at the sales table, I feel like you should know what we did, but what we did here is that this is our purchase table, and the format for our date is day, month, and year. So here it says day, date, month, and year. So but SQL goes by year hyphen month hyphen date, not day slash month slash year. So what we basically did was to convert it. So now let's alter the table to make it a date format. Alter table sales, modify purchase date, remember, double click here, then dates. Okay, let's Let's run it. Okay, so now let's check to see if our integer, if our text has been changed to date. So okay, purchase date is no longer text, is now date. Now we now want to do time of purchase to go from text to time, or maybe date. So let's start with time. So change time format. So basically we are going to be doing the same thing we did here, just changing some little things. So update sales. Okay, and set time of purchase equal to string to date, time of purchase, comma, and the format that it is in. Our time of purchase, this is the format. Come here, the format is hour, minute, second. So we are going to mention it here. Percentage hour colon percentage minute, small letter I, colon, and then percentage S. Okay, okay, so successful. Then alter table sales, then modify time of purchase to time. You run and you refresh, click on column. Now the format is now time. So we are done with, should I say, the one we did in Excel is part 1A, this one is part 1B. Now let's go to part 2, which is the actual data analysis. So what we are going to do now is to go and copy our questions and paste, because I don't have the strength to type it out. These are the 10 business questions we are meant to answer for this analysis. So we are going to be starting with the first one, which is, what are the top 5 most selling products? So for this question, we want to pull up the product name and then the total quantity sold. So we will now group it by the product name. So first of all, you select the product name, let's just double tap whenever we want to type a column. product name, comma, then we want to get the total quantity. For quantity, that is top 5 most selling products by quantity. So we want to get the quantity, get sum of quantity, we call it total quantity sold, then we are getting it from the sales table. Then one thing we should bear in mind is top 5 most selling products by quantity. Most selling, if you come to the status column, you see pending, cancelled and delivered. So we want to just pull up for, we also see them returned. We want to pull up for just delivered, just in case, so that we don't give a wrong we don't pull up the wrong results, because we might include cancelled and we might also include returned. Then a pending order might become cancelled, a pending order might become delivered and then become returned. So let's just use for delivered. So we're going to do where status is equals to delivered, where status is equal to delivered. Okay, then because of this aggregate function, we'll add a group by. Okay, you group by product name, okay, then order by total quantity sold, Control V in descending order. They ask for the top 5, so we limit it to 5. Okay, so our top selling product by quantity is wardrobe, followed by vegetables, sofa, dining table and fruits. Okay, then the second question, which products are most frequently cancelled? So products that are most frequently cancelled, we are going to pull out the product name. Okay, let's run this. Products that are most frequently cancelled, go to product name, then we are going to count the number of times a product is cancelled. So we are going to count the number of times cancelled appeared in this status column. So you select product name, then you count cancelled, count all as total cancelled from sales, and where status was cancelled. Then group by product name, order by cancelled, total cancelled, in descending order. Then let's limit it to 5. So we want to pull out the product name. We are going to count everything but filter it by where status is equals to cancelled. Then you group by product name. Because of this count here, you group by product name. Then let's run it. So our most cancelled products is comics. Next is sweater, chair, vegetables, and smartphone. So what time of day has the highest number of purchase? So this one we are going to be grouping. We are going to be grouping the time. We are going to be grouping the time, and if you come to our time of purchase, is in the 24-hour format. Okay, so we are going to be grouping it based on morning, afternoon, evening, and night. So to group, whenever I want to group, you have to use a case statement. So what are we going to be pulling up? We want to pull up okay, what times of the day has the highest number of purchases. So first you group, you use case when then we are going to be using just the hour. When hour of time of purchase, because this hour, remember we converted this time of purchase to a time format, to hour, minutes, and seconds format. So we're just going to pull up the hour. We're going to discard the minutes and the second. So when hour time of purchase is between morning, let's say 6 and 11, then evening. So copy this, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. It's between 12 and 17, then afternoon, Ctrl+V, 18 and 23, and evening, else night. And that's time of day, and as time of day. Okay, so that is the first thing we want to. This is our first column. In our second column, what time of day has the highest purchase? So we are going to count everything, count all. As total order. Then from sales, group by time of day, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, then order by total order, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, descending. Okay. We are getting unknown column evening. Okay, we have 2 evening, so morning. What okay. Okay, so the time that people order most is between 18 and 23. That should be 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. followed very close between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. Okay. Number 4. Who are the top 5 highest spending customers? So for this we need to, who are the top 5 highest spending customers? So we need to pull up the customer ID, the customer name, and then the highest spending, which is quantity times price. So we're going to sum quantity and price, call it total spend. So let's start with select customer ID, comma, customer name, comma, then sum of quantity times price, then we'll call it total spend of the customer, okay. From sales, group by customer ID, comma, customer name, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, okay. Then order by total spend by customer, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, let's run it first to see. Okay, descending order. So another thing we want to add to it is we're going to be using the filter where status is equals to delivered. Okay. Where status equals delivered. So we don't give it to customers that have cancelled or returned. Okay, let's run it again. Alright, so who are the top 5? You limit to 5. Okay. Then which product categories generate the highest revenue? So basically we are going to do almost the same thing with the customer with the highest spend, but we are just going to change customer ID and customer name to product category. So let's just go up and copy this whole thing. Let's just copy everything. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So which product category? Product category, comma, then sum of, we'll call this one revenue. Okay, then from sales where status is equal to delivered, you group by product category, then you order by revenue. Descending order. So which product categories generate the highest income? So let's remove this limit first. Okay, so the product category that generates the highest income is furniture, followed by groceries and books. So we're not going to be limiting it, we just leave it like that, descending. Okay, then what is the return / cancellation rate per product category? So obviously we are going to be selecting the product category. Select product category, product name. What is the return / cancellation what is the return / cancellation rate per product category? Okay, so select product category. Okay, comma, then count all. So we are going to calculate the return rate. We are also going to calculate the cancellation rate. So to count everything, we are going to be using this count all to divide as total orders. We're going to be using this count all to divide. Okay, comma, then return. We'll find the sum of where some of the status, where the status is equals to returned, okay, comma. We're also going to find the sum where the status says cancelled, okay, comma, sorry, status equal to cancelled, okay, comma. Then we're also going to find the, okay, now we are going to find the return rate and cancellation rate. So return rate will be sum of this Ctrl C, Ctrl V divided by count all, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Then this will be, this cancellation, this return rate. Then cancellation rate will be Ctrl C, Ctrl V divided by count all, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay. So product category. Okay, we'll call this as returned okay. Let us see how this would work out. From sales, group by product category. Okay, voila. Okay, so return rates. Okay, first of all, it said that we should calculate it by a product category. So we get the product category, total orders, okay, furniture has a total order of 345, returned orders is 81, then cancelled orders is 78. So return rate for furniture is 23% and the cancellation rate for furniture is 22%. So let us round it to 2 2, I don't even know, 2 or 0. Okay, let's round it to 2 decimal places. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So basically, which one has the highest return? Still on our query, which one has the highest return rate? $23, $31, $25. Okay, so basically it should be the one that has 31. That is, accessories has the highest return rate. And which one has the highest cancellation rate? The one that has the highest cancellation rate is clothing with 26%. Okay, going down, what is the preferred payment mode? So the preferred payment mode, where is our table? The preferred payment mode. Okay, so we're going to be counting the payment mode. We will count the payment mode to know the one that has the highest. We will order it in descending order. So select payment mode, comma, then count payment mode. Okay, from sales, group by payment mode, then order by total count, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, descending. What is the preferred payment mode? Credit card is the preferred payment mode. So you limit to 1. Okay, so the 8th question says, how does age group affect purchasing behavior? So basically what we are going to do is that we are going to find the sum of these two, like sum of the multiplication of these two. So quantity times price, we are going to multiply it, but then we are going to group the customer's age. We are going to group it using the case when statement. Then we are going to group by, like after finding the sum of this multiplication, we will then group by the group, this age group that we just find. We will group. So let's start with the grouping. So to know the minimum age, select minimum of, why is this dog barking? Select minimum of customer age from sales. Okay, the minimum customer age is 18, and then the maximum is 60. Okay, then let's come back here. So we're going to be grouping. Select case when customer age is between 18 and 25, then then 18 to 25. Okay, I copy, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. It's between 26 and 35, then 26 to 35, then Ctrl V again, 36 and 50, then 36 to 50, else 51 plus, and as age group. Okay, comma, okay, then sum of quantity by product, quantity by price, I mean, as total purchase, okay, from sales, group by age group, then Ctrl C, Ctrl V, order by Ctrl C, Ctrl V in descending order. Okay, so the age group that spends the most are those between 36 and 50, which is kind of reasonable. Then followed by 51 plus. The list is people between 18 and 25, and people between 26 and 35 are second to the last. Okay, and the ninth question: what is the monthly sales trend? So for coming down to purchase date, our purchase date is already in a date format, so we are going to be extracting the month. Select, we're going to be extracting the month okay, we're going to be extracting the month from the year and the month. We'll be extracting the year and the month. If you come to this place, monthly sales trend, where is the customer, the purchase date here? So we are going to be extracting the year and the month together. We would have done it separately, like select year, comma, select month, comma. So but I don't want it to be that way. I want us to just use both the year and the month together, because it's not just 2023 we also have 2020. Come on, okay, let's select year, select year, okay, from purchase date. Then group by year, yeah. Let's run this to see what we'll get. Okay, we have 2023 and 2024 in our data set. So in our SQL, we are going to create format, okay, purchase date, okay, comma, the year, percentage, capital Y. We want to extract the year, hyphen, percentage, small letter m, okay, as monthly purchase underscore purchase, yes, comma. So what is the monthly sales trend? So we're also going to be calculating the sum of, we're going to be multiplying quantity and price and calculating their sum. So sum quantity times price to find the sales, yeah, as total sales, comma. Then to fulfill our righteousness, we'll calculate just the sum of the quantity sold, just to fulfill our righteousness. It's not exactly necessary, okay. From sales, then group by monthly purchase, because we are asked to find the monthly sales trend. Control C, Control V. Let's run this first to see what it gives us. We have an error. Oh, okay. Okay. So group by monthly purchase, then order by. This is looking unorganized. We want to see the monthly trend either in an ascending order or a descending order. Order by monthly purchase. Control C, Control V. Okay, this is something we want to see. So now in the month of February, for the month of January 2023, this was the total sales and this was the total quantity of products sold, and this was the total sales. So it goes on like this for the whole of 2023. That it should be till 12th, that is 12th month. Then this, okay, only January 2024 is included. Okay, so this is the monthly sales trend. Then the last question is, what are certain genders buying more specific products? Okay, so we want to know, we are going to be grouping the product categories. We're going to be grouping the product categories and also finding the gender that purchase each product category. So basically we are going to be counting the product category. We'll count the product category and then find whether males or females purchase it more often. So we want to pull up gender. So we want to pull up the gender, yes. Also pull up the product category and then the total purchase of the particular product category. So select gender, comma, product category, comma, then count of, no count of all, count of product category, okay, from sales, okay, then group by gender and then product category, group by gender, comma, then group by product category, okay, order by as total purchase, okay, order by total purchase, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So okay, so what happened there? For electronics, women buy electronics more than men. No, they don't. You have to order it in descending order. I mean, come on. When I saw that female electronics was at the top, I was like, no, it cannot happen. It has to be male. Males have to be the one buying electronics more. So, but women buying more okay, yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. Clothing is, women purchase more clothing, then men purchase more books. Why? Why? Then accessory, okay, between women and men, who purchase more electronics? Male purchase electronics is 161, then for 147. This makes sense. Yeah. So what if we group by product category first and then gender second? Let's see what will happen. Was there much of a change? Group by product category and then group by gender. Anyways, so the next thing we are going to be doing is to be exporting this. We are going to be exporting this starting from the first one so that we can visualize it. Export, what do we call this? product sales by quantity. Okay. Let's call this product sales by quantity. Product sales by quantity. Okay. We'll call this products frequently cancelled. Products frequently cancelled. Then call it sales by time of day. Sales by time of day. Then the fourth one, highest spending customers. Highest spending customers. Save. Okay. Fifth, product categories that generate the highest revenue. Okay, what do we call this? Revenue by product category. Call this revenue by product category. Okay. Return cancellation rate. Call this return cancellation rate by product category. Return cancellation rates by product category. Okay. And the sixth one, preferred payment method. Preferred payment mode. Preferred payment mode. Purchasing behavior by age group. Purchasing behavior by age group. Monthly sales trend. Monthly sales trend. Then what do we call this one now? This one that is a little bit confusing. Why is always the easiest things that are so confusing? Okay. So certain genders buying more products, specific product categories. Okay. Purchases, should we call it purchase by gender by category. Let's call this purchase by gender by category. Oh, okay. Sorry, okay. When we are going to visualizing this, we are going to find a better name for all these things. Purchase by gender by category. Okay. So up next would be the visualization. So for now, let's end the video and visualize it. Don't forget to subscribe and share and like, and yeah, subscribe, like and share. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a continuation of the SQL CS analysis video. This is the dashboard. So I'll add the link to the SQL video and also the link to the dataset used in this video. So to import our dataset, our CSV files, you click on Get Data. Then you click on text/CSV, click Connect. So what will happen now is that you are going to look for the folder where you stored your dataset on your laptop or your computer so that you can import it into Power BI. So I'm going to be importing all these CSV files one after the other. So since you already know the first step, we are going to skip the steps used in importing the rest of the CSV files. And this is a record, like I did the project, but I was not explaining it while doing the project, so I'm doing a voiceover right now. Yeah, this is a voiceover. So let's begin building our dashboard. First is the text box for our heading, and we are going to name it Sales Dashboard. When we name it Sales Dashboard, we are then going to format it. So the dimensions of the text box should be 50 by whatever is on this screen. I can't really see it very well. Is it? Yeah, that is the dimension for the text box. So Okay, the next thing we want to do is to change the background, and I already have a color code for the background. So the color code should be hashtag 60061 6E. Yeah, that should be the color code. So like you can use a different color code if you want, but this is the one I want to use. So next is to change the font color to white and make it bold. Then move it to the center of the canvas. Then okay, our first chart will be a card. The card will be for the preferred mode of payment, which is credit card. So you go to the preferred mode of payment, CSV file dataset, and click on preferred mode of payment. So now let's format the card. So the first thing we are going to format is the dimension. This is not the final dimension because I remember I changed it again, but this is the one we are going to be using for now. Then call out value should okay, make it bold. Then turn off the category label. Then go to effects, change the background color to our chart color. Then call out value, change it to white. Then we are going to turn on visual border and shadow. Then under the visual border, the color should be our background color. And then if you go back to the visual border, you now change the rounded corners to 15 pixels. So this is like the second thing we are doing. The next thing we want to do is to copy and paste. Click on the cards, then Ctrl C, Ctrl V, just so we don't repeat the dimensions and everything all over again. So you go back to your data field and uncheck the credit card, the preferred credit card method. If you uncheck it, it's now empty. You will now put in the next card. So for our next card, we are going to be creating a new measure. And what would the measure be? So our gross revenue will be sum sum of sales, and then under sales you choose price times, that is asterisk sum of sales again, then under sales you choose quantity, that is sales is the table, then price is the column, times sales is the table, then quantity is the column. Then you click enter. So there's an error with the brackets. Is it called brackets or parentheses? So I corrected it. I added the brackets in the right places they are supposed to be. So this is the right way to put the brackets or write the brackets. Then you click enter and you've created your gross revenue. Then you go to the gross revenue and check it. Then you go to the currency sign. Because our data set is from India, we're going to be using the Indian currency sign. I don't know what it's called. Is it rupee? It should be rupee. Yeah. So you go down and look for the Indian currency sign and choose it. Okay. Then the next thing is to turn on the title and name our card, which is gross revenue. So please, because this is not I was not recording this video while I was making the audio too, so please pay attention to the screen so that you can follow along with what I'm doing. I feel like you can actually do these projects without the voiceover, but just so the video is not boring, um let's keep doing the voiceover. So you Control C and Control V. So we're going to be doing another KPI card. So what will be our next KPI card? Okay, we're going to be creating a new measure again. And we are going to be calling our measure order volume. Which is equal to sum of sales, and then the column should be SALES. Then the column should be quantity. Okay. Then you click enter. So the order volume measure has been created. All you have to do is to go to the order volume measure and check it. When you check it, you go to the title, that is general, and then title, and change it to Control A, and then change it to order volume. Control C, Control V. Then our next KPI card should be cancellation and return rate. So you also create another measure, but you go to the return cancellation rate table, and then this one is not correct. This one is not correct, like it's a different cancellation rate. So you click check create a new measure. So our new measure will be return rate, which will be equal to divide. So we are dividing sum of return cancellation rate by category, that is the table we are using, and then the column in the table we are going to be using for this return rate is the returned orders, not returned rates, return orders, then comma, then another sum. Now the sum we are going to be using for this return cancellation rate by category table, the table we are using for this one will be total orders. So return rate is equal to return sum of return orders divided by sum of total orders. You click enter. So the measure has been created. Then you go to the measure and check it. Then you go to the percentage. You want to make it to be in percentage. So you click on the percentage sign. So we don't want to be in decimal places. We want it to be a full whole number. So we go to this 2 and then change it to 0 and click enter. So then change the title to return rate. Okay, now let's do the final one, which is cancellation rate. It's almost the same as the return rate, but what you change is the, instead of returned orders, you make it cancelled orders. So you Control C and Control V. Control C, Control V. Okay. So we are going to resize our cards so that it fits into our canvas. So you create a new measure. So you uncheck first, then create a new measure. So we are going to be calling our new measure cancellation rate. Cancellation rate, which is equal to, why did I delete that? Okay, I wanted it to be in in capital letters. Okay. Cancellation rate to be almost the same as the return rate, where is divide sum return cancellation rate by category, then cancelled orders. So you go and choose cancelled orders. Remember, not cancellation rate, cancelled orders. Then comma. Yeah, you close your bracket, then comma. Sum return cancellation rate, then total orders. Yeah. Then you close your brackets appropriately and click enter. So the measure has been created. Now you go to the measure and check it. So we are going to repeat what we did for return rate. We are going to change it to decimal percentage. You click on the cancellation rate measure, then click on percentage, then change the two decimal places to 0. And finally, you change the title to cancellation rate. So I want to resize the KPI cards so that all of them can fit into the canvas. So the width should be 215. Yeah. So I'm just going to change all the width to be 215. So now let's start building the charts. Our first chart is the clustered column chart. And the table we are visualizing is the purchase by gender, uh, purchase by category, by gender. So product category will go to the x-axis, sum of total purchase will go to y-axis, and gender will go to legend. So to format our visual, we'll go to the properties, 300 by 309, then okay, title, we change the title, Control A, total purchase by gender, by category. We make it bold, Then the color should be pure black. Alignment center. You go back to the visual. For the x-axis, you make it bold, color pure black. Then you change the title of the x-axis to be product category. So for the columns, we are going to be changing the colors of the columns so that it can correspond with our chart color. So for the columns, we are going to just use the same color but make the transparency to be half. So for male, let's start with male. For male, the color will be the main color. Transparency should be 0. Then for female, our color should also be the main color, but when you go to the transparency, you make the transparency 50%. So some people would like to use something like green and blue or green and pink for the genders, but I just want to make it this way. Then for the background and the effects, the background is already white. The effects, the visual border, you turn on visual border, turn on shadow. Make the visual border to be color should be our chart color. Okay, visual border color is white. Then rounded corners is 15. So this is the first chart we are designing. So every other thing will kind of flow easily. So our next chart is donut chart. So we are going to be putting the time of day, total orders by time of day in our donut chart. So the legend will be time of day and the values will be sum of total order. Then properties, 300 by 3 by 270. Okay. You change your title. So we are going to be changing the title of our legend to time of day. Then we are going to be formatting the slices, the colors of the slices. Just like we did with the column chart, we are also going to do the same for the color of the slices. So we are going to be using our chart color, then just reduce the transparency for the next ones. So for morning, the same chart color, but the transparency should be 15%. For night, you repeat the same thing. Transparency should be 30%. Then for afternoon, same color, and transparency 45%. You turn off the detail label. Okay, so we need to add the shadow and visual border. Okay, now moving on to the next chart. Another clustered column chart. So we'll be visualizing product sales by total quantity. So x-axis will be product name and y-axis is total quantity sold. We'll resize it, change the dimension. Then we change the title. Then we format the x-axis. We will rename the x-axis properly. So moving on to the y-axis, we do the same thing. Format it and rename the title. We turn off the grid lines and then format the column color. Change the column color to our chart color. Then effects is visual border and shadow. So we are going to be doing monthly sales trend next. You add the For the x-axis is the monthly purchase. And for the y-axis is the sum of the total sales. So but we are going to be removing that monthly purchase and only leave month out. Here it was only year we left out. So we are going to redo it. Then cancel year, cancel quarter, cancel day, and leave only month. So we are going to be resizing this one just based on vibes, no exact dimension. So for the x-axis, we are going to turn off the values so that the chart will look clean. The title is already okay. Just make it bold and make the color to be pure black. Then for the y-axis, you format the values and rename the title. Then you turn off the grid lines. And change the color of the lines from blue to our change the color first. Change the color. Then go to the markers. Then check on show for all categories. So I think that is it for our visual visual border and shadow. We have turned it on 15 pixels. Okay. So for our next visual, we are just going to be copying and pasting the clustered column chart, just so we don't have to repeat everything all over again. Just click on the clustered column chart, Ctrl C and Ctrl V, then go to the table and uncheck all of them. When you check all of them, you now go to the one that you actually want, the table that you actually want. So the table we are going to be visualizing is the purchasing behavior by age group. So x-axis age group, y-axis total purchase. So since most of the formatting has been done already, we're just going to do a little tweaking, like the changing the name of the title of the chart, and then the title of the x and y axis, and the color of the column chart. So that is what we are going to be doing here. Another thing you'll be doing is to turn on the data labels. When you turn on the data labels, you then format it by just simply making it bold. Sorry, making it making the color black and bold. Because right now the color is kind of gray. Just go to values, change the color from the gray it is to black, make it bold, change the color. So that is it. So for our next chart, we still copy and paste. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. However, we'll go to our charts this thing and click on bar chart. That's just what we are going to be doing. So we're going to retain the visual formatting, but the only difference is that we are using bar charts. You just clicked on bar charts. You did not actually like do a lot. So apart from changing the size, you are still going to change the title of the chart. You're going to change the title of the X and Y axis. Um, so for this data labels, we are going to make it inside end and change the color from black to white. Yeah, go to values, then change the color from black to white. Then our next visual, we are going to be copying and pasting the bar chart again. Copy and paste, and like as we did previously, you uncheck, check the data set. So we are going to be using the, for the y axis we'll be using both cancellation rate and return rate. We're not going to be using the calculated cancellation rate. We're going to be using the one that came with the table, not the calculated one. So we're going to be using the one that has a summation sign, this, the one that has an e beside it. Then that is for, that should be for y-axis, not x-axis. Okay, yeah, okay. So you expand based on vibes, since if we try to use the dimension, we are going to get an error. Just design, because that is the last space we have, so adjust the size. So I want to rename the legend so that it doesn't say sum of cancellation rate. So yeah, you just right click on the name and then click on rename for this chart. So we've changed the cancellation rate, so I want to change the return rate just so it's more clean. So basically we are done with the chart. So let's cross check or proofread our chart to make sure that everything is correct or in order. If we made any mistake, we correct it, because I can see that for the cancellation rate title we did not change it, but while we were proofreading, while I was proofreading, I saw that I did not change the title and I then changed it. So it's always nice to um, go through your dashboard again to make sure everything is in order. So don't forget to um, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, it means the world to me. You took me from 0 subscribers to 300 subscribers, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much. All right then, we are done with the visualization and dashboard design. Bye.